Hello, this is Shante with Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicarns. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about abominations. And plus, it's Friday. What a good day to talk about it. So, first off, the person that always reminds me of this is Lil Boosie, because he is like, like some shit just shouldn't happen when Dwayne Wade came out with his daughter and Boosie was like, no, the kids can't get no sex change. First off, the one thing I do like about Boosie, his voice is wonderful. I love me a country ass rapper. And so at that time it was like I just feel like sometimes we just don't have the information that we need or whatever as far as like what those things are. So you can't be upset with him because he comes out and says this. The only you gotta be upset with like, okay, wait a minute. Now let's educate some people on some stuff because this is not something that just happens overnight. This is not a decision like that. And people that counsel and all these different things. It's like I feel like sometimes we do jump to conclusions because in matters like that, people actually do get counseling. Like they probably get better care than people that just actually just go to the regular doctor. It's like people actually take the time and go through the steps and all the different stuff with people. So I'm saying it matters like transsexuals and what else? Abortion. They, they counsel you. So, and you got to make up your mind to do it or not because you yourself have to be okay with it too, period. Even after you lose the child, I've been counseled after I lost children. Like they'll come and talk to you about it. And to be frank with you, sometimes you don't have feelings about it. Like the lady actually thought I would have feelings about it. I didn't know that I was pregnant when I lost my first child. So I didn't know, and it was a new step for me in my life. I think I was like 25 years old. So it's a new step in my life. I was in a different state. I wasn't with the person that I was pregnant by. So, I felt I just felt indifferent about it. Like I wasn't cold towards it. It's just I didn't I wasn't cold towards it. I just wasn't ready for a kid. And like I said, I'm not a baby person, so I don't spend a lot of time. At that time, I really had to spend a lot of time around babies because I was in college. When I watched the kid, it was a toddler, so I don't know anything about babies. Um, and even when I was a nanny, I was a toddler nanny. Like I wasn't, uh, not even toddler, like 5, 6 year old. I wasn't like a baby nanny. So anyway, like it's just that's what it is. So, abominations. This is funny to me too because a lot of people like if you say something against your parents, if you say something against your grandparents, it's been so instilled in us to like not go against them. And if you think about it, you gotta think about how somebody would want you to react to them. Like, what was the purpose of the Bible? What was the purpose of people teaching us that we ourselves don't have an uprising? What was the what was the purpose of teaching us that we have to take this little pill and swallow it every time somebody fucks us over, fucks with us or whatever? And so to say it's an abomination is like, yeah, God is gonna tear you down. God gonna get you. God gonna get you because everything you doing is wrong. And it's like really it's not. To keep yourself safe, my eyes get big. To keep yourself safe, is nothing wrong with that. Like to keep yourself in your own love, is nothing wrong with that. And so also I thought about this yesterday when I was talking to the counselor. I was discussing how at an early age I lost love for people. And I don't know if it was like the funerals. I know I got a year where it was just funerals for me. Like yeah, I was young, I was 8, and it was just a lot of funerals. Everybody was dying. And I don't know, I think that just kind of did something to me. And then all my cousins, like every time it'd be like we'll be sitting at the dining room table and people they gotta call people to get money together for the funeral because they was thugs and so they didn't have insurance. They didn't have, they was dying in the streets. And I don't know if I just wasn't, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel what they felt. I didn't have any judgment towards, but I just didn't feel what they felt. So it was just something where I'm happy that I did not go through a situation where somebody was forcing me to love people that I didn't necessarily need to love, you know. And so I think it's easier with me with that too. The other part of that is like we try like I travel a lot and I meet temporary friends, and so it'll be like I break out like we break off the relationships and stuff. So I wasn't like too attached to people like that. Like we'll say but it'll feel like such a good connection. Like when we meet each other and we hang out all day, and then we hang out the next day, and then we hang out 2 more days, and then I gotta leave or they gotta go, and it's like, oh my God, like I always keep in touch with you. I promise I'll write you, I'll talk to you, I'll do this, I'll do that, and you never do. But you know that that person actually touched you or taught you something. You don't know exactly what it is. You can't remember their name, their address, where their phone number was, or anything. But it's just so nice to be able to like reach out and and like have little friendships like that too. But at the same time, it kept me not being attached to people. So I saw on what is it on somewhere like they were saying like when people don't love or whatever, it's a defense mechanism, and it's not. I'm not saying that I don't love or I don't want to love or I don't want to be in love. It's just like I'm saying, it's like I haven't been in a place long enough to be settled like that, to feel settled like that. I haven't been in a relationship long enough to be or feel settled like that. And the longest relationships that I had, that I felt like maybe those would be something that have a segue into something, they don't work out. So it's not that I'm trying to wall or whatever. No, it's like I'm not open to anything. It's like, no, that's not the case. It's just that I've had a lot of temporary relationships. Um, and I've also had experience with temporary relationships. It's like I say, you see him for 4 or 5 days and then he's gone. It's like, auf Wiedersehen. You never really had a time to connect again. So I don't know. I think it's something about that. But again, going back to abominations, because yeah, people will think that if you don't have certain love, or if you don't show any a certainty to your family or to your parents or whatever, that's abomination or whatever. And it's not. It's not. It's you protecting yourself. And it's not, I don't see it as a defense mechanism or anything like that where I'm just heartless. I'm not cold, I'm not calculated, anything like that. It's just that that's just who that's my experiences in life led me to be that type of person. Not that I'm out here going to calculate. Like, when I first walked on campus and I told somebody I didn't believe in God, he was like, well, what about when you kill people? Nigga, I ain't thought about killing no motherfucking body. Ain't nobody that don't believe in God thought about to kill no motherfucking body. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't that shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like they thinking it's a making of a serial killer. And the thing is, again, they use the Bible again to like force you into these ideas that they have about you and what their thoughts were. Because at no point did I say anything about the Bible. I said nothing about killing anybody. So then it's like that's that person's personality. Because for me, my story is very personal reason why I didn't believe in God. So it's like they didn't even ask me like why. It's just like they just assumed that I was now a serial killer and a hoe. It's like, no, that's not. Devils don't equivalent. Don't equivalent. So anyway, so I've seen this abomination, abominations, and I saw a scripture. So it says, haughty eyes. I don't even know what that is. Like haughty, haughty. Haughty eyes. What the fuck is haughty eyes? Oh, arrogance, superior or disdain. Y'all, that's why I'm doing the show. Okay, listen, because I saw the meme or whatever, and it was like some girl, she had a baby in her stomach, but she was a gay girl, and she was like, I think she was gay trans because she had a girl with her. And it said, this is not of God, because you see this person with a beard or whatever, and they got a baby in their belly. And I'm like, what the meme is not of God. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, I don't know. I don't know why I feel differently about Christianity. I don't know why I feel different from other people in these aspects about any religion. Like I just don't see where in the Bible it says when you are yourself, when you are not comfortable with yourself. Like, because if that's the case, like the disdain would be like the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like um the trans person should have a disdain. If this person was not of God, then they would have disdain against you because you are a regular person. Like, you came out the way you thought you should be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know why I just don't have that whole thing. So that's the abomination. Haughty eyes, being like you better than everybody else. And it's like you're really not. Like none of us really are. Like we might have better values, all this stuff. Even me, when I get to my fucking diva points of view, I too have committed sins. Yesterday I actually blamed a black man because I was pissed off at the police officer. I cussed him out at the store yesterday. I was so wrong. And I didn't give not two fucks. And he walked away laughing. And that was good because I was really pissed. I was completely fucking pissed. And I was like, this is why I'm in this situation. I'm in this situation because of your black ass. This man don't know nothing about me. And I'm up there cussing him for whatever reason. So you see, even me, like, it's like we can't all just always be like, well, we perfect. Because we not. It's not a perfect thing. The same sin that you get upset about is the same sin that you probably committed to, except in it like a different way. So like the disdain, like I'm pretty sure this person is concerned about sexuality and sex. That's why you posted it. And it's not that it's like a bad thing. It's just that you're curious about it. It's just that it's something that you don't understand. So it makes you feel uncomfortable. So then if you feel uncomfortable with what you see, now you feel like you have to hate it or that you have some kind of grievance against it. And really, if it's not in your life, then it's not your problem. You see what I'm saying? It's like we never try to figure everything out and come to a full solution. We always stick with a problem and then create more problems from the problem. Instead of us actually coming to a conclusion of why that would happen. Why would you feel that way? Why would this be a problem for you? And so once you get to the conclusion and you realize, wait a minute, it ain't in my house. You see what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, it's not in your house. The other thing is, whether you like it or not, this person is bringing another child into the world. So I don't know, that superiority and shit. That's an abomination. Um, let's see, a lying tongue. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The men of the word, the men of the word, the Instagrammers. But yeah, it's like you see, a lying tongue. That's anybody. That's anybody. And then the whole thing is like I think it depends on what you're lying for. If you lying to protect yourself, I think that's totally different than you lying to manipulate somebody. Those are two different lies. Like it's like I don't see those lies as being equivalent. When probably in a like somewhere else is probably no, this is a lie. You shouldn't have lied. You should have given them permission to kill her, told them the law. You should have lied. But yeah, like it's like I feel like women, we do have to lie sometimes. Like it's just, and for me it's hard to lie sometimes. But lying, you have it's perfectly okay. I hate when somebody asks me for money or something. I actually feel guilty about lying about it. Or, when I got a man. I got a whole fucking man. I got a man. Yo. Yeah, like it's like because some people it don't curb right, and so yeah, you gotta lie. Like sometimes you have to lie and it's protect yourself, as opposed to a lie where this nigga like my girlfriend, she on crack, and she done had cancer for 5 months. I ain't had sex in 10 years. Bitch, you have a girlfriend? No, you said she, what I'm saying, it ain't that bad, is it? Well, I didn't stay with her because when she ain't got nowhere else to go. Yeah, either you see the shit they do there, they'll make up a whole fucking side story about every fucking thing that be going on. You just like just manipulation. All that shit be manipulation. Manipulation. Well, I said I had a job because the day before I had a job. And now I ain't got no job. I ain't got nowhere to stay or sleep. And nigga, then you just have. Then you just have it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a difference in lying to protect yourself and lying for manipulation. I think, yeah, that's an abomination. See, that's what you need to tell him when he lying about, nigga, that's an abomination. That fucking lie that came out your fucking mouth is a fucking abomination. We gotta start stepping to him like we gangsters, y'all, because that's what we are. Like, we sweet, we kind, we soft, we cute. You know what I'm saying? We smell good. We put on makeup and shit. We wear high heels and cute ass dresses. We put ourselves in girdles and we look good in them motherfuckers too. And dusters too. You see what I'm saying? We do all this shit. We go through all this fucking change in for a person. Physical change in for a person. And this motherfucker gonna sit up here with an abomination. He gonna come in there with an abomination and lie? And that shit was in the Bible? Don't do that. Don't. A lying tongue is an abomination because I don't use the Bible. But for real, let me give y'all the verse, like Proverbs 6 through 16. Nigga, you gonna come in here and hit a Proverbs 16 through 19 on me? You done lost your rapid ass mind, girl. Whoa, y'all gotta come with it. Come with that Bible, especially when they be quoted to you. Nah, nigga, you done. I said I was gonna go on. You gonna come in here with a Proverbs 16 through 19 on me? That's an abomination. Okay, anyway. Hands that shed innocent blood. Whew, man, that's a real one right there. Because I'ma say that's any, like, all the shit y'all be doing, like all that. You see what I'm saying? Like anything that I'm just saying. Anything I said and that person had no ill will towards you, we do this a lot where we shed innocent blood, you know. Like I'm saying, like, you know, when I just snapped on this man, I know this man, I know what the fuck he did, you know, but I snapped on him. So that's why it's like, whoa, you know, I had to snap on him. I had to snap on him. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, maybe I shed innocent blood too. You know, it's not. I'm not always like so theoretical and constructively thinking. Sometimes I do. Like, it's like, and I could say it's because of anxiety, because I was in the middle of an anxiety attack. But yeah, I will cuss some people out. I'll be playing. I'll be cussing them out. So what I'm saying is like, yeah, the even killing, like killing people in innocence when they had nothing to do with you. A lot of y'all do this every fucking day. You know, following people, taking pictures, paparazzi. I wonder how they live with themselves like that. And I don't really think it's the paparazzi. It really do end up being the writers and the people who edit and the people who send that shit through. Because some of these stories shouldn't even make the fucking papers. You know, I think they need to add a new job to journalism called critical fucking thinking. Like, they need a critical fucking thinker in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm tired of, like, you seen on TV where the people would just be like, no story, make the story a hot story, make it a hot story. I'm looking for a hot story. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for the meat. And people tired of it. Ain't no fucking way somebody got to come outside of their fucking house just because they acting or whatever the fuck, singing or what they doing. Ain't no reason for nobody have to come outside their house and explain their reason for thinking inside their house. That shit don't make sense to me. That's why I stopped liking stories like that now too. All the memes and shit. That shit ain't none of y'all fucking business. You know what I'm saying? It's like so many people have got so comfortable with going through other people's privacy. Like, it's like, that's not your fucking bit. Like, what the fuck do you do? So I'm not even gonna blame the people who take pictures, because I'm serious. Sometimes taking pictures is an enjoyment, especially if you catch somebody in a certain light or whatever. I would, you know, like, I'm thinking paparazzi. I don't have a mind. If I'm out and I'm getting pictures of people, I'm thinking of beauty, I'm thinking of arrogance, I'm thinking of like just all kind of other words that don't have anything to do with me trying to out what they talking about. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. All I care about is really what they look like, you know. So then if I start writing, I have to start thinking critically about what this real situation was. I don't want to write a non-truth about somebody. I don't want to tell a story, and I don't, you know, and it's like, that's a non-truth, because for me, whether they hurt me or not, it's like, I feel guilty about it. You know, I want to give you the straight fucking story. These people go out and they create and convolute and dilute and change shit and all this stuff. And these people are actually fucking innocent. And they don't have to tell you if they innocent or not. And we be waiting for them to tell us if they innocent or not. How many fucks can I give? None. That's a fucking abomination. Don't do that shit. Y'all need to stop. Stop falling for that shit. Especially when it come out about a black person. If you know they're gonna kill us and have excuses about killing us, what makes you think that they're gonna write about us in a good light? You think they're gonna be fair when they write that shit out? You think they're gonna be fair when they write that shit out on the paper and you see that the article is written by somebody of a different color or different, and even then you still can't trust it. Because you don't know the person. You don't know what kind of person they are. You don't know what the fuck they looking for. You don't know what they past. You don't know what kind of issues they had. You don't know what happened to them. You see what I'm saying? All that shit they do, that shit comes back into their job. And so it's like they, again, can I find a problem? If it's a problem, can I find a fucking solution? What was the solution? What was your reasoning behind making this article? Like, is this really what happened? Do you know all the facts? You see what I'm saying? How large can this article be? Like, how many words can you get out of this? And so, yeah, some shit, it don't make sense to me. I don't see the point of it. It's an abomination. A heart that devises wicked schemes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Oh, a heart that devises wicked schemes. I don't know if y'all ever did this before. I just keep running into people like this. It's abomination. So all these people will be like, you did this, you did this, you did this, you did that, and look at what you did here. And those are all abominations. And it's like, but no, I didn't have any ill will towards anybody. I wasn't trying to get anybody caught up. I wasn't, you see what I'm saying? Because some things you just young and you learning. And then other things, if you manipulate and trying to get something out of the situation, then you have a fucking problem. It's all a fucking problem. Like it's not even a consideration. It's just a fucking problem. It's some things that just shouldn't be done. So yeah, manipulation. That is something that's it's wicked schemes to get over on people. All those different things. Abomination. Still, I'm still looking for words like transgender and gay. I'm for real. I'm serious. I'm looking for it. Okay. Feet that are swift and running to mischief. Yup. Abomination. That's gossiping and shit. And then running to see what's going on. I used to tell my kids, that's how you get hurt. If you follow trouble, that's how trouble will find you. If you follow trouble gonna once again turn around and look you in your fucking face. You say like trouble, I hate that shit. I'll be gone. Abomination. So if you've been bringing trouble to my door, planning wicked schemes, all that bullshit, that's abominations. Y'all don't see it. Y'all keep thinking that it's me. You see what I'm saying? They'll tell you it's me. Well, when she was this age, she did this, and she was on the side of. I showed the fuck was. I'm telling you, I enjoy my life. But what I'm saying is, was it so bad? Like, did I turn out to be so bad? No, I didn't. I'm probably more Christian than most Christians are. And I'm not even a fucking Christian. But what I'm saying is now, who are you to judge? Who am I to judge? The wickedness, the schemes, the running to mischief. Y'all doing this shit and y'all fucking grown. Y'all, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You older than a motherfucker, you still doing this shit. A false witness who utters lies. Don't do that. Don't be lying on people. That's an abomination. And one who spreads strife among brothers. If you out here giving stress, you see what I'm saying? You causing anxiety and all that shit, that's all abominations. It didn't say nothing about being gay or transsexual. It didn't say nothing about relationships. It didn't say none of that stuff. Not to say that I'm siding with people and like all the problems that we go through and all the shit that we have and all these other issues that we go through. But what I'm saying is like sometimes, man, y'all really do be taking shit too far. You be taking shit like completely too fuck far, and you're not looking at. And then sometimes you don't take it far enough. No, you don't take it far enough at all. I just saw it was like some Amish boys that ended up sleeping with their sister or something like that, and she got pregnant, and they just gave them probation or something. I don't know. It's their 13-year-old sister. So I don't know. What I'm saying is like just for real, ain't none of this shit no abomination. It's extreme hatred and disgust. So man, like that shit, like some things, I don't know. That's all I'm saying. It's just let me keep the light on. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's it. I was just I don't know. I don't know. Like y'all gotta stop trying to think that y'all know everything and you don't. And then quoting things and it's like that ain't even what's going on. That's not even true. It'd be like so many people get just so little information and then they take it somewhere else. It's like over the fucking top. And you just like, what the fuck? You know, I remember when I first they was like my son shouldn't sleep in the bed with me. And I'm like, what's wrong with it? If he at the foot of the bed, I'm at the even if he younger, why wouldn't he be able to sleep in the same bed with me? You know, just things like that. You just like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And they'll try to name that as an abomination. It's just some things, yeah, that's not even true. And it's consistent. Like that's the word they love to use that word. They love to use it. And then they'll come and give you a scripture that go along with it. And this is something else. This is why I think something else happened with us too, with me, and because I was at an apartment, I was with a guy. He was like, yeah, for you to be fully Christian, you gotta shout. You gotta get the shouting inside yourself. You gotta let the shout out. I was like, no, you don't. Like he said, no, he said you gotta speak in tongues. I was like, you ain't gotta speak in no fucking tongues. He said, yeah, look at this. You gotta go here to this verse, then you go down here to this verse, then you go here to this verse. Let me tell y'all something. It's even written in the Bible where it say when people try to give you pieces of the story, that person is not a preacher. The preacher should be really telling you the whole fucking story that's in the Bible. Like, and you yourself should be seeking the whole story inside the Bible. That's what makes you the child of God. It's not that you take a verse and you just like, oh my God, that's how these memes are too. And so that's why we're so quick to like accept them and go, and you don't know the meaning behind shit they talk about. You don't know the definition behind none of the fuck that they saying. And that's why. Because nobody goes back and read the whole story. So I'm telling him, no, you gotta know the whole story. Y'all, why I find it in the Bible? And it's yeah, in order for you to be like, and I'm lying too. I'm lying. At this point, I'm probably uttering lies. But for real, the truth is it's in the Bible though. Where it's like it says something like you have to be the whole story in order for you to be a full child or whatever. I don't know what they talking about. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. It's telling you that you need to know the whole story, period. That's all I'm really trying to get you to see. I don't know the full verse. No, I ain't about to look it up. Yes, I am. But still, you got to know the whole story. We'll come up in a few minutes. So yeah, it's like you got to know what the full is in order for you to be able to know what that word of that story direction. I can't just tell you he fell into the river. I ain't told you if he survived. I haven't told you how he got into the river. I haven't told you the beginning or the end. All I'm saying is in the middle, I'm telling you the plot. He fell into the river. Now, how would that apply to you? A lot of people gonna start to put their own spin on it. It's almost like using those Virgo and signs as a way of determining who a person is. That little part of the plot not gonna tell you the whole story. That's why people start telling about how it's a sun and Mercury is this, this, and the other. Because depending on the date of your birthday, then you will have a different type of personality. So just because it's that sign does not mean that y'all gonna have like the same sign personality. So I could totally meet a Virgo that's like clutter, that likes, or I can meet a Virgo for real. Sometimes all they shit on 10 because it's like we like organization. Then you meet a Virgo that does not like organization, is disorganized. But then you ask them where something is and they can quickly be like, okay, here we go. So again, it's still organized. It just looks chaotic. That's what it is. So it's like depending on the sign. That's why people tell you, well, now go check this out. What time were you born? All this different stuff. But actually kind of, I used to be like, I don't believe in this shit, but sometimes now I'm like, that shit kind of true. Or your sign to tell you that you are, even though you're a Virgo, you more like a Cancer, or even though you are a Sagittarius, you more like an Aries, or even though you're a Pisces, you more like a Libra in some aspects. And when you start to see the people that you like, you'll be like, oh, that's why I like this person, because they have that strength about them. And you will even start to see in your life that you connected to them in some kind of way. The same thing I'll say with Ayurveda. Like, it's like if you start to figure out what your little dosha is, then you'll start to figure out all the like different foods and stuff like that, and like what's good for your body, and you'll start to notice that's what you already eat, and that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Your body style, your body type. You might even notice that your husband is tall and slender, but then he likes this type of food, and this is better for him. And then you get a chance to, you see what I'm saying? But if somebody just told you that he fell in the river, everything before and after that, you gonna name it as being something that's part of you, and you don't even fucking know why he fell in the river. You don't even know who he is. You haven't even taken the time to look and see the whole full story of what was going on. But y'all be in there, thank you, Jesus. Help me, Lord. You don't know. He haven't even told you the story. She haven't even told you the full fucking story about what happened. This person may not even be a relatable person to you, but this person is actually speaking from this point of view with this person's idea in their mind, with who this person was, and they speaking at it to you and to your spirit, and you don't even know what's going on. That's how we've been living. With people speaking all this stuff into our space, into our spirit, and we don't even know them. We don't know what's going on. We just taking it in and making it feel like it's us. When it's a difference if you know if they good or bad, or if they have something that relates to you, or if they like this certain color. It's something different about knowing the whole story or seeing the full picture. So that's all it is. Like, that's what the Bible is telling you. It's telling you basically you are not a scholar if you don't know the whole story. And you just a sheep if you just listening to the scriptures. It's in there. And so I'm telling him this, and he actually wants to call me ignorant and stupid and tell me that I was full of strife and all this different stuff. Like, dude, I don't know you. Like, I'm telling you, it ain't nothing in life to hide. Like, for real, for real. Like, all of us commit sins. All of us go through all these different things. Ain't none of us better than the other person. It's strange to have a judge that tells us that this person is judged and he has so many years of life for this. All this shit is strange. That's why this stuff is mental displacement. Because that's some strange shit to do. It ain't no fucking way. Like, it ain't no way. They got a new Bible called The Whole Story. And see, that's why. That's probably why. Because they figured that shit out too. You got to know the whole story in order for you to be able to understand what's really going on in the fucking Bible and what that person is sitting up there preaching to you. And that's why people are now finding like preachers, they got the big churches, they got the cars, they got the money. It's just another form of manipulation. It's an abomination. Whether y'all want to think it is or not. Because at the end of the day, if they got to make money, they're going to do what they got. Period. So, I don't know. I don't mean to preach against churches or religions or anything like that. At some point I thought I was going to be a preacher. I thought I was like, but I don't want that to be my driving force for life. I don't want to be like, and I don't want to be poor. Like, it's like, because if I was, I would be a poor preacher. I'm serious. I want to live among the people. I probably want to live at the church. I would probably be poor. I mean, because I would want to give so much. And for real, y'all, I got shit to do. I want to do shit with myself. But yeah, it's like that's something else. It's like I would probably give my life to that. Like because it's like I really do think that people they charge too much for the truth, or they charge too much for like trying to push you into like who you need to be, or like what not that. It's like I think they charge too much for spirituality, and it's an individual thing. They charge too much for somebody that's not really connected to themselves. That's what I feel like. I feel like that's too much of a charge if you're not connected to yourself. I feel like it's too much of a charge if you have to charge somebody to help them get started on their life journey or whatever. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's part of being healthy. So why would I charge you for that? Why would I charge you for for taking care of yourself, for wanting more and better for yourself? Why would I charge you for wanting to understand who the fuck you are? Why would I charge you for that? I have no clue why people would do that. It just does not. A lot of stuff that we do now, a lot of things that we practice, it don't sit right with me. I want to charge for goods, but not so much for all the services, especially when it comes to Black people, because we are so mentally displaced. It's a lot of the stuff that we have to get out too. We got to take that gunk out of ourselves too. So why charge for that? I don't know. Anyway, that's all it is. Like, those are the abominations. Don't actually take other people's lifestyles and try to put them into a category that doesn't fit them. But realize that you yourself saying the word could probably be the problem, as opposed to the person that you saying it to. So anyway, have a good day. Shantae Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicarns. Stay safe, be well, get healthy, you're better motherfucker. Than a motherfucker.